Let's put a ball chain to that. Soldiers came back and walked. I'm not having people talk to me like that and treat me that way. Do you mind? If I can't have a living, I'm not going to bloody work for you.
Oh, so at the end of the day, war actually changed.
War changed it, yeah.
Well,
It
actually,
did. War changed
war
it. They
really
just weren't going to
changes
put up with it.
things.
They were not going to come back and put up with that. They were not having it. Not when what they sacrificed for this country, and then to come back and be treated like shit. No. Same again in the Second World War. People came back from that and it was like, no, I'm not having any of this crap now. We want a proper living.
Yeah.
It all turned tits up in the 70s though.
And then the 70s and the 60s. The 60s are good. 60s.
Yeah. But the 70s, it all turned to crap. With the recession we had. We had a 3-day week in this country. People could only work for 3 days because there's no point doing any more than that because you couldn't sell anything because nobody could afford to buy anything. So there's no point in manufacturing anything because nobody could afford to buy it. That's exactly what happened. It was on a 3-day week. The wages were so low, even if you had a job, you still couldn't afford to buy a refrigerator or anything like that. Everybody rented things like that. You rented your television, you rented your washing machine, you rented your fridge freezer. You paid so much a week for it, you couldn't afford to buy it. Too expensive. You could buy that in the 1960s, something like that, would be about $4 grand. You could buy half a house full of those. No, it's just, they were very expensive, but that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I'm not sure what I can only speak during those times to us because I was born in 1969. So around like late 80s.
Yeah, but when was the first time you had electricity?
Oh my God, that is when I moved in with
So what age?
then. That was we in the village. We live in the village, so there's no electricity.
Yeah.
So when we moved in the town in Bontoc, we went back to Bontoc then. It's when we had, of course, we had electricity.
But how old were you?
That was when I'm 9.
Exactly. So it may have been bad for when we were kids, but we always had electric and stuff. Well, we did have a time when we didn't have any electric because we couldn't afford it. So 6 months we didn't have any electric at all. We survived, but with candles and things. And you go to school and your friends would say, "Oh, did you see such and such last night?" Because obviously you've got no television, no electric, no television. So you used to have to pretend you were watching those episodes, and you couldn't invite your friends round to watch something because you didn't have electricity.
Yeah.
So you used to have to pretend. And then you say, why have you got candles? Oh, I said, oh, it's me mum. Now, in the front room, you can only have candles in there now. Do you think it's good for her mental health? It'd be like that. You just have to make up a story. Honestly, 6 months. We didn't have any electric.
So this is what,
to pay off the arrears. So that
although we didn't have TV by then, so what we do is, it's the time for this Betamax. If you guys remember the Betamax, with DVD, not DVD, video player. Some people who have TV can go and let you watch for something, but you have to pay for a seat in the kitchen or in the sitting room.
I remember we did that.
For us who cannot afford even to get in there, you have to go into the window and hoping that there's a little bit of hole in there so that you can fit. And most of the time, well, I think some people who have this and have children peeping on their window sometimes are very bad, throwing water on them and stuff.
That's not very nice. You should just say, come on in there, kids. Come on, watch the show.
Yeah.
When I went to, just to interrupt you there, when I went to Skegness Homes, I went to a children's home when I was 8. We were invited round to this lady's house, 30 of us. because she had a big colour TV. And that was in 1968, and that, believe me, that was, you know, nobody had a colour TV, everybody had a black and white one, and they were tiny. This thing was big, so we were invited to go round, and I remember the film that we watched was The Wizard of Oz.
Oh wow, the first ever one.
Yeah, and the beginning of it starts in black and white, and you're all going, I thought they had a colour TV. This isn't very good, is it? And then all of a sudden, when she goes out from Kansas and lands in the Oz, it's all colour.
Yeah.
So everybody cheered. It was like, way, he's in colour, it is in colour. That's a true story, honest to God.
See? So for our future children, grandchildren, this is what we have to,
with their mobile phones and everything.
Yeah, and then maybe touch in the sky, in the air, maybe they just do that.
Yeah. We had two TV channels, BBC and ITV, that was it. Just the two. In America they had about 50, but we had two in this country. The BBC and ITV.
Okay, so before we continue, I finish now cooking the ingredients for our nice fried rice, and now I'm putting now the rice. So, oh my gosh, yes, that is our. We're just reminiscing our. It's fun. It's not bad. It's not the end of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just see the progress.
The progress.
Just remember, you just said you were 9 years. If you were living in the village, when was the first time the village got electric? What year was that? The village got electricity.
Oh no, that was in the 90s.
Exactly. And you look now, they've got bloody satellite dishes,
now has
mobile phones,
has electricity.
It's a completely different world even for the village people now, though.
Yeah, it's different.
It is completely different to them now. They've got mobile phones and everything.
Yes,
they do. You know, and you look back, just in 1990 something, they didn't have any electric.
Yeah.
But in that short period of time, everything has completely changed. Completely changed. From the 1990s to where we are now,
it's so quick like that.
Look at the progress. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You go back to 1960 and you said what we have right now, that was science fiction. I remember watching programs about what we might have in the future. And they said about mobile phones, and that you'll be able to talk to somebody in there, but they said, but at the moment that's just science fiction.
Yeah.
But it might be in 100 years' time you might be able to do that. Well, it took 4 years. Well, here we are. No, but progress is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a shame that our politicians don't look at the wonderful things that we've achieved. Instead of that, Ukraine and Russia are warring because Putin, and they're just like little children. Like dealing with little children.
We don't need this war anymore.
No, because it's not serving anybody anything.
It's just because of politicians' ego.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, stop it.
Behave your bloody selves.
You know, what's that about? Killing a lot of people.
Because if they were to ask the people, the Russian people that live on that area, and the people from Ukraine and everything else, do you think we should be killing themselves? I think the only people say no, not at all. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine if there are lots of, on that area, there's a lot of pro-Russia. But the thing is, what are they going to have? Broken things.
They got nothing now.
They got nothing.
Flat.
For what?
They have flattened the frickin' place.
Then now you're going to make your Russian citizens in that area you got suffers.
Of course. Because there's nothing left. There's no infrastructure, no nothing. There's no electric, there's no water, nothing. It is destroyed. So what have you inherited from this great wonderful war that Russians are coming to save you from?
Yeah.
They haven't saved shit, they just ruined the country. End of. That's what they've done. If you'd asked the ordinary people exactly what they wanted to happen so they could be liberated, I think they'll said, not really. Could you try to do this without blowing all the buildings to bits?
I think they might be thinking, I don't think we need saving. We're happy. We're already.
We're already okay.
Life is very hard, but what else?
We're not.
Who cares?
We don't live in well. There's no people living there anymore.
Yeah.
It's a wasteland. It's like,
At the moment, life is more work.
it's
Nothing.
worse. Far bloody worse.
Yeah, with what you did just because of your ego. Anyway,
That's a little bit of a rant. Sorry about that.
that's our run. Stop the war, please.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe so.
There you go. Our nice fried rice is done. So we have carrots in there. We have mushrooms. We have.
There's not much room in there, mate. I'm saying.
Huh?
There's not much.
I
room
know
in
there's
there.
not much mushroom, but there is mushroom. Carrots. What else? Onions, and then of course that chorizo. So anyway, darlings, everybody,
Yeah,
please take care.
Arrivederci.
Goodbye. It's time we eat.
And you always say,
As I always say, life is very short, so be kind.
"Ow." I'm gonna go what? To all my North American and South American colleagues, from Pub Shop Film Studios over to the indigenous people around the world, thank you.